If all of these things, these trends, and you talk about some of the key trends, we're heading toward what I call Obamageddon. Economic chaos, geopolitical and environmental chaos, collapse of the world economy probably before Thanksgiving this year. The dollar dropping like a stone, gold going through the ceiling, and silver. Literally, the Baltic Dry Index becoming a byword. And if you could look back 2 centuries from now, the tiny remnant of mankind that's left, if we're idiots enough to allow Israel to attack and vaporize 62 tons of uranium-235, they would say, what nation? There was no such thing as America. That's just a legend. America, if it attacks Iran, will no longer even be believable a century or two from now that people thought there ever was a nation called America. That's what's coming.
Well, I agree with what you're saying. We're forecasting the decline of Empire America. And as we've said, America's losing in their wars, and it's going to get worse. They're draining the Treasury by fighting in foreign entanglements, trillions of dollars. And now we're looking at this fiasco called national security, where they have nearly a million people that are watching us on a daily basis, and hundreds of billions of dollars pumped into this. And I was just being interviewed by a Czech magazine, and the guy asked me, he said to me, is America turning into a police state? I said, it already is. What turning into? I said, it's a fascist state when you look at the fact that you've seen the merger of state and corporate powers at every level.
Yeah. Well, this is Mussolini's embodiment of corporatism. It's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it is. So we can call a spade.
We're hearing all kinds of economic stories telling us, oh, continue to invest in the stock market. Everything's fine. The economy is showing these green shoots. People should get a life. For example, if you're buying a home, do you want a home? This is the question. Do you want a home that's worth half in 2 years what it is now? Do you want a home where you can't pay your mortgage because you don't have a job at all? You might have one now, but it may not be there in a year or two. Do you have skill sets to provide food? Do you have something you can sell or even barter to other people so that you can provide some means to sustain yourself? Because the regular economy is going bust.
Well, first of all, on the housing, look at the scam that they pulled off with this $8,000 tax break. They suckered people into buying into a failing market. Right. Yeah, $8,000. That $8,000 will cost you $80,000 as this market continues to decline. Again, look at the numbers. Housing starts in the U.S. decrease more than forecast. It was the latest report. One after another. Foreclosures higher than anticipated. The market's going to go, housing market, and then followed by the commercial real estate market.
Right.
They're both going to continue to collapse, and people going out and buying new cars should have their heads examined.
Right.
There's so many good used cars out there to buy. Why go into debt and buy? I bought a new car 2 years ago. My new car was a 1994 Audi Cabriolet. And I just got the oil change today, and the guy said, wow, what a beautiful car. I said, yeah, I paid $3,800 for it 2 years ago. He couldn't believe me. And I put some more money into it. But I have a classic, and it rides as well as a brand-new car. People need to go back to Yankee frugality.
Exactly.
Don't waste a dime. Use it up, wear it out, make it do without. And I'm a believer in gold, and my cash I have some in dollars. I have a third in dollars, a third in Swiss francs, and a third in Canadian dollars. All I want is wealth preservation. I know the Swiss aren't going anywhere. They're the money cockroaches of the world.
Yeah, exactly. And if people are thinking, well, Dr. Deagle, you own your home. No, I don't. And I don't want to buy the home we're renting right now because I know that the value of this home in a year or 2 or 3 will be so minuscule I'll be able to buy it with the interest I made on the gold that's going to go through the ceiling that I have. And
we're forecasting gold 2000. And if what we're looking at with the disasters in the Gulf, coming more unemployment, a currency crisis erupting in Europe, gold to me, and I don't give financial advice, I'm just saying what I do.
Yeah.
What I do is I keep buying gold every opportunity I get, and my last opportunity was very recently.
Yeah, exactly. And people need to grasp this. This is what's going on. If you don't have, like we talk on Fridays about preparedness, if you don't have skill sets, get them. If you don't know how to do things to provide something you can barter if the economy goes completely belly up, if you don't know how to protect yourself, if you live in a big city and you don't have an escape route to a place where you do have something outside a large city, you better start thinking about it, because if you think this can't happen, a major earthquake in Northern California, the Gulf of Mexico, let's say a toxic super hurricane occurring, the collapse of the European economy, the attack on Iran, we have a devil's menu of things that are, if not certain, they're very probable, and you just have to have one of them. It's like going to a loaded game in Las Vegas where you know you're going to lose, but you're stupid enough to walk up to the table and put your bet. You don't want to do that.
Let's throw another one on top of that. How about a little dose of terrorism?
Right.
The United States is expanding the wars in Afghanistan and in Pakistan, and we saw it, and we forecast it would happen. We said that there was going to be a Pakistani national that's going to seek revenge for the United States escalating the war in Pakistan and the increased use of predator drones. The guy that showed up in Times Square.
Right.
And so we're going to continue to see more of that. And also, you're making a very great point about neo-survivalism. Have plans to get out of here, be tied up with like-minded people so that if systems break down, you all can work together and do something. And by the way, one of the best ways to save money now, and you talked about skill sets, you really need them. If you're going to go to college, don't waste your money on a degree in business administration, art history, sociology, and all. Oh, how about this one? Foreign relations. How do they get, women's studies. There's another good one. Oh, religion. That's another great. That'll make you a lot of dough. So don't go into debt, because if you do, you will be an indentured servant until you pay off that debt. There's no way out of it, thanks to Joe Biden and that draconian bankruptcy law that they passed to ensure that the people will be suckered to going into the college industrial complex and paying it off for the rest of your life. So if you're going to go to college, get out with a degree that you're going to have a return on investment.
Yeah, and there's even kids now trying to sue their college because they can't get a job because they've got a fresh year study, and they wonder why. If you're going to do something like philosophy, if you're not planning on being a professor, guess what? It's a waste of time. If you don't have skill sets, and you can pick up a lot of these even if you've already got a career, you better get skill sets of how to grow food, protect yourself, have other things that you can sell to people, so that if the economy crashes, and I agree, I think that we're going to have opportunities in this disaster too, because a lot of the, a lot of the options and a lot of the fluff in our society is going to go. There's still place for excellence, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, and that's who's going to rise to the top. The people that have those skill sets. There's great opportunities out there. I'm not a gloom and doomer.
No.
There are people that I'm not a gloom and doomer. I see a storm coming and I avoid it.
Right.
If I don't walk in dark alleys in Harlem, that's not being a gloom and doomer. It's being intelligent. And that's what you have to do, is you have to walk around and get away from the economic collapse that's coming. There are opportunities. Life will go on. And I also want to mention, when you mentioned about it having protective skills, I highly recommend attackproof.com, and I've been practicing with them for some 20 years under John Perkins, one of the foremost close combat experts in the world. And this guy talks the talk and walks the walk. This is no phony baloney stuff. So you really better know, because guess what? As the economy continues to decline, I don't care what these white shoe boy experts say, crime is going to dramatically increase.
Yeah, we already see it even in the Gulf states. I'm getting lots of reports that now, even before major cataclysms, we had minor so far with economic chaos, with major cataclysm, crime will go skyrocket. Amazing discussion today. Gerald, your website is?
Trendsjournal.com. That's trendsjournal.com.
Trendsjournal, and always, again, inspiring again. This is not a negative story. This is a reality check. This is a call to arms, a call to rationality, frugality, and the American way, which is survival in the face of idiots in the White House. As you say, the white shoe boys telling us to spend our money until it turns into sand falling between our fingers. Get with it, people. Listen to Gerald, get his newsletter, and read it every week, and take it to heed.